have been cordially invited to the party in the sky, beginning in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, it's a party in the sky.
What's going on, y'all? Jboy Da Don, Hustleman Live Radio, right here, blasting it all. We got new superstars in the house with us every night. Uptown, what's going on?
What's going on, man? Living life. Appreciate you having me.
Tell them where you from.
Man, Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte County, if anybody knows. But yes, sir, KC.
KC in the house. What's going on, KC? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So in Kansas City, you know, that's kind of, I know there's a lot of rappers and stuff like that in that area, but that's that Midwest, you know, it's kind of hard to break out from the Midwest. You know, how's that going?
Oh, man, it is what it is. You know, everybody knows Tech 9. He's kind of the go-to when you think of Kansas City. And it's interesting, man, because not that many people rap. Not everybody from Kansas City rap fast like Tech. But it is what it is, man. I'm independent and just doing what I can, you know. I work a 9 to 5, no shame, but right. still doing what I love, man. So it's all good.
How long you been doing music for?
Man, I would say, really personally since I was like 12, but as far as like really having stuff out there, doing shows and events, I had like a 7-year, time period where I rapped with another guy named David Gordon, shout out to him. And that was from about 2006 to 2013 or so. Yeah. And then I actually chilled, man, got married, settled down, and I just picked it back up in like 2020, right when the pandemic started, man. I started releasing stuff again. Just the passion came back, and I'm back in it, man. Loving it.
So you done got married and everything now. Now you jump back in.
Right.
Try to do it now before you have some kids. You know what you please to a halt there for a minute until they get a little bit like maybe like 10, 11. You need to start doing it.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, what's your label that you represent? You know, who are your people and stuff?
Man, so I'm actually 100% independent, man. It's Uptown Productions, LLC. It's all me. And I do got my boy, John. He goes by God's Disciple. Just me and him on the label right now, man. A few other people we work with, but for the most part, just me and my boy John. Okay.
And I heard you mention shows. You've been able to do a lot of shows lately?
Not a lot, man. We've done a few community events, but really, man, pandemic, just kind of honestly been chilling out and just hitting up the digital landscape as hard as possible. To be honest with you, man, been putting out like virtual release parties and things like that. But again, outside of a handful of community events, that's really been it, man. I've been chilling out on the live performances.
What kind of community events were you involved in?
Like one in particular was a stop the violence rally, and it was like mixed with a car show. So there's this pastor, man, that like every year faithfully he goes out to a park and gets all the cats with the low riders, all the cats with the old schools, and they do like a contest, a car show. And then they also have, people out there just pushing positive messages in the community, man. So yeah. Oh man, it's usually Blue Valley Park, but I think that's the name of it. I could be mistaken, but it's off 23rd. Is usually where it is. It was at a different location this year, but it's one off 23rd Street, man. Here in KC, not too far from the stadiums, man. But
well, the reason I asked is because I got my partner here with me who used to live in Kansas City and work for Strange Music. He's here with me right now, chopping it up and everything. And I told him, you was coming on and, you was from Kansas City and stuff like that. So he was kind of asking me, where at and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
The community events versus doing a regular show?
I can take either one. With community events, you usually dealing with like you right there with the people in their residency, in their neighborhood. And it's usually always something positive going on if it's a community event, like, man, free food. They got like even horse rides for the kids. And it's usually some type of, stop the violence, some type of rally going on, something positive. So I always enjoy those. But you can never knock like a regular show with the isolated sound system, man. That's always where it's at. But I can rock either way, man.
What kind of artist would you say you are? Are you more like party type, or are you more like lyrical, or what?
Definitely lyrical. I'm definitely from the generation that appreciated, even being from the Midwest. I always appreciated the East Coast lyricism. Even though I like the down south beats, but I would definitely go lyricism for me, man. And that's no knock on the mumble rap, generation. But for me, I'll take lyrics every day, man.
What makes you stand out, amongst the rest of the artists?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I have to say the message, man. Like, no matter what you're rapping about, there's some type of message, whether it's partying, whether it's females, money. And I'm a rap head to the core. So, I've been listening to rap all my life. But I will say, man, for me, we all got to keep it real with our lifestyle, right? And so for me, around 2004, I became a Christian, man. And so, at the time, I thought I had to give rap music up because I thought, this don't line up with God. But once I found some good rappers that were actually like pushing a positive Christian message, I'm like, well, I could do that too, man. And so I will go ahead and say I'm a Christian rapper, a gospel rapper. I don't mind being put in that classification, man, and no shame about it, man. So yeah.
You think being in that classification limits you from your opportunities of where you can go?
Yes and no. I think, that's honestly been a big debate amongst the Christian rap community in the last like 5 to 10 years. But I put it like this, from my personal experience, bro, I've been in prisons, I've been in juvenile detention centers, I've been in clubs, I've been at theme parks. And so just from my personal experience, I may have seen even more doors open that honestly may have not been open to other artists, being that I'm a Christian rapper. But then also I could understand somebody immediately looking at that label and turning it down because they don't want any part of it. And I get that. All right.
We had a little technical difficulty right there. We're talking about the doors opening up for you, and you were saying that, a lot of more doors have opened up because, you are a Christian rapper, and I think it's pretty good, and I think it's pretty strong of you to step out into the game, with that label on you, you representing that label right there, it is kind of hard because a lot of people will turn their nose up. There's excellent Christian rappers out there like Lecrae and stuff like that, Triple E. They real good, and I feel like they don't get the recognition that they should because they're labeled as a Christian rapper instead of just a regular artist, so they don't be looked at in the same category as the Baby or
right,
a Young Boy or whoever, that's out there right now. They don't get looked at in that same category. They're like way over here and stuff. And I don't think that's cool, really, because their talent is better than theirs a lot of times. Your talent is better than theirs. So it's hard for you to step out like that. So salute to that right there, for real.
I appreciate it, man. It is what it is, and it's not like, I don't want to go necessarily like go out of my way to say, hey, I'm a Christian rapper, but I also will never deny it either. Like, I'm perfectly comfortable in that. It's just, hey, this is what I am. And it only takes about 30 seconds, maybe a minute to figure out, okay, he's on something different once you start listening. So take it or leave it. It kind of is what it is. And we understand that, but again, when when we always talk about keeping it real, and it'd be different if I was out here rapping about some trap stuff and that's not my life. All I can do is be me, So
I think that's important, like you said, because I think a lot of them cats be out there, capping and stuff like that. They talking about all their trap life and that. And plus, that's not cool, These kids, they don't need to be hearing all that all the time. They need to hear some positivity and stuff like that.
Right.
I got a homeboy that has a youth prevention program called Better Weigh Your Options.
Yeah.
choose, you know, between jail and all that kind of stuff, or you know, living the way you're supposed to. So, I think those type of songs, like you talking about, you know, that is, you know, with the positive message, I think they need to be heard more.
Yeah, for sure.
Your bill,
man. Whew. Man. Okay, so from the 7 years I was with my man Dave, we were GAS, Gospel on the Soldiers. We put out 3 albums. So let's say on average 15 per album, so about 45 with him. And then just since 2020, I've put out 3 projects, a couple singles from my 4th one already on the way as solo. So probably about 30, 40 solo. So
doing good then.
Yeah.
Where do you record
it? Man, you know what? Right here at the crib.
You do
I do, man. When it was with Dave, he had his own booth, and you know, he did all the mix and mastering and a lot of the production. But I'm actually doing all my own production, mix and mastering as well myself now. So all the beats, everything you hear is right here. So,
you make your own beats and everything?
Yes, sir.
Dang, so you just like all around do it all. Like,
you know, man, I've been blessed, man, and like, to be honest with you, these nowadays, if you just got a good ear for sound, you can get on YouTube and learn it. Now, I'm not suggesting everybody do that, because not everybody has the ear, right?
The abilities are there.
Right, the possibility, capability exactly is there, man. If you just want to spend just a little bit of money, like get you a good DAW, a good DAW. So I got FL Studio 20, you know, pay full price for it. I had a stolen version or nothing like that, and just, man, hours and hours and hours, a lot of sleepless nights working on my craft, man, because, you know, a lot of times Christian rappers, we get the rep of you know, not putting out quality material. And I'm not saying all my stuff is top notch. We all gotta grow, you know what I'm saying? But I think I'm at a place now to where I feel comfortable with my craft.
You said you've been doing music since you was 12. Is there anything significant in your life that made you want to spit, you know, positive and Christian, you know, rap?
Yeah, man. Like, you know, I was a freshman in college, man. I was on basketball scholarship, little bitty school in Kansas, man, nowhere, Kansas. And I don't know if you ever been to a church service, man, or anything like that, where like it just really, really felt like the preacher was talking to you directly. They never had a conversation with this man. But you know, that was just one incident that just kicked off, you know, my more curiosity about God and who is this Jesus, man? Is he the, you know, the long hair, blue eyed Jesus that they portray, or is he something more than that? You know what I'm saying? And start digging. And as time went on, man, and I was in that nightlife, that party life, you know, and but it became, you know, bad habits that I couldn't kick. And over time, man, it was Christ, man. And even dealing with some like mental health issues back in the day, man, like the major depression, things like that, to where, you know, I was at a point in life where I had to start asking more questions about what my purpose is. Why am I really here? What am I doing with my time? Even as a young man, I had to start asking those questions because I saw the pattern I was headed on, and it wasn't a good one. And the more and more I dug in and asking those hard questions, the more I realized that Jesus Christ was the answer. It is the answer. And slowly but surely, this was not an overnight thing, but slowly but surely, man, he started transforming my life in so many ways, man. And I'm like, I talked about, you know, getting married, and you know, my wife, she knows the stories, but she wouldn't believe the man I was, at least for a point in time before she met me, and how much God has changed my heart, my mind since then, and my actions, man. Not perfect, far from perfect, still growing, but man, since 2004 and really 2006, when I started, you know, getting involved in church and taking things seriously, man, God has changed my life for the better, and I could have never imagined it this way. So I could only rap about it.
And for those, you know, who are listening and paying attention to what this man is telling you, and put knowledge in your head. I know some of y'all gonna have questions and stuff like that because he mentioned blonde hair, blue eyes, Jesus. Let's be real. Jesus is from Jerusalem.
Dang.
Blonde hair, blue eye. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. I ain't gonna say what race he was. You know, I don't know, but I know he was a blonde hair, blue eyed dude and stuff like that in Jerusalem and stuff. You know, so just for the listeners and the fans,
yeah,
realize that. Okay, we ain't gonna get into that too much, but just know that's the business and that's the truth.
Right.
What is the best advice you've ever been given in your career?
Oh man, stay humble. Like, whenever you get to a point where you think you're better than somebody, like even if you're doing better numbers or maybe you feel like your craft is better, at the end of the day, man, like everything we have is truly a gift from God. Like I can't take credit for this. Like, yeah, I work hard on my craft, but at the end of the day, if I don't have the breath to breathe, I don't have the talent that he gave me to as a starting point, man, then you know, who am I to brag? So, you know, basically like look at our surrounding people and work together. Like, yeah, I do a lot of my own stuff, you know, as far as production and mixing and stuff by myself, but I'm still working with other artists. I'm still helping other artists get their platform up. And you know what? They might have better streaming numbers than me, and that's to be celebrated. Like, good, cool, because we still all need each other in this thing, and nobody's doing it completely on their own, even if you think you are. So, yeah, stay humble.
What are you currently working on right now?
Man, so I'm super excited about this project I got called Awaiting Glory, and it's a 12-track album, almost done. I'm just waiting on a few features to wrap it up. And then I'm also putting gonna record like a devotional, like a Bible study to supplement the album. So I'm working on that, doing some video editing as well, man, to try to put like a complete project and present it to the world, hopefully by
Nothing like that.
Yeah, man. Trying to do something different.
Called again?
Awaiting Glory. Awaiting Glory.
All right, where do you see yourself in like a year? Like, what's next for you?
Man, that's a good question. Honestly, hopefully putting other artists on, man, and like helping grow. Like I got the Uptown Productions LLC, and it's me and John right now, but there's a few artists, man, I'm kind of working with, and maybe over time, you know, I'm not the youngest cat in the game, so maybe like start to mentor other artists and help put them on, get their music on certain platforms and help them with their creative vision, and start pouring in and investing in other people.
I feel you. I'll be doing the same thing. And it's very rewarding when you see those artists, you know, actually accomplish some goals and stuff like that. So
right.
Yeah, keep that good mentality in mind. You know, I commend you for that right there. Man, shout out your team real quick.
Man, I gotta give a big shout out for even making this interview possible. My man Eric Cohen. Man, that's my guy. And then John Kehoe, God's disciple. He's on the label with me. That's my ace. And then man, gotta shout out wifey. Can't forget wifey, Courtney. And even shout out to Dave, man. We not as in sync like we used to be, but he's always gonna be the brother who helped me get started, man. So shout out to David Gordon, King Dave.
That's what's up, bro. Let them know where they can find you, get a hold of you, your social media, all that stuff.
Yes, sir. Instagram is Uptown Field 2. So that's Uptown UPTOWN and then PHIL like Philippians. So Uptown Field 2 on Instagram. Facebook is Uptown Productions or at Uptown 913. And yeah, man, as far as music, all streaming platforms, Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, iTunes, pretty much, you know, Tidal, all the streaming platforms. You just search Uptown and maybe look for Blood Diamonds. There's a lot of Uptowns out there, but search for Blood Diamonds. It's one of my projects from last year, and you should find me, man. So,
what's the current single that you pushing right now?
Crossroads. So I just dropped that last Friday. Crossroads, and that's with an X. So that's XROSS Roads. Yeah, man. So video out there on YouTube as well. Yeah.
Okay, is that on all platforms too?
Yes, sir. All platforms.
All right. Well, we're talking to the world right now. So what you want to tell the world before we head out?
Man, listen, I know these last couple of years have been crazy, and it ain't over yet. You know, we dealing with a lot as a people, as planet Earth, man, white, black, or whatever, man. But listen, there is hope in the midst of all of this. And I would just say, try Jesus, man. I know there's a lot of things out there, a lot of thoughts and opinions about religion and some crazy stuff going on. And I get it, but try Jesus, man. In the midst of all of this, I found my hope in him, and I pray you do too.
Already. That's Uptown right there. Y'all heard it. I appreciate y'all being on the show. I appreciate you doing this interview with me, man. It's very enlightening. And, I hope your fans get to hear it. My fans going to definitely hear it. My fans, say, go look up Uptown Field 2 on Instagram. Check them out. Keep pushing, keep doing your music, bro. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you for the opportunity, man. God bless.
God bless you. I'll holler at you later.
All right. Peace.
World is shaking, cause it's love we celebrating, and the word is our foundation. Until the last trumpet blows, we gon' dance to these saxophones. Let's go. Cruising through the city, high of love, you know how it goes. Love my wife, love my city, love the Christ living in me. Yeah, I'm riding in the